I don't think a day goes by where we don't get either emailed, DM'd, or in lessons get asked from a golfer a drill they can use to get rid of early extension. Now, we're not fans of the term early extension. It's actually early thrust that's happening. But I think everyone out there, I know I did, I know Shaun did, everyone I think has tried the chair drill, the wall drill, where you've got something behind you and you just keep your butt pushed up against it. And all of us have not been fixed by that drill. There's a big reason for it.
I would put a range stand behind me and
Right.
push it back. I mean, it got so bad. Like those are the dark days trying to figure that out.
Let's spend a second and talk about why that moving the hips back like that creates another issue that we absolutely don't want in the downswing.
When I would do it, I would push both hips back and get to the point where I felt like it would really lock me
Show
up.
that from the down the line.
Yeah, I would get up to the top, feel like I pushed both hips back. My torso would kind of pitch down, and I would feel really locked up in here. Like I had no ability to make that nice kind of extension with the body here and tucking the hips under, more posterior tilt. I couldn't get it. I would end up almost bird dogging this way. And once I figured out what really is supposed to happen, wow, your swing really frees up, because that's an unnecessary movement you're putting in there.
Yeah, if I've got something, if I'm going to push up against this desk, I'm going to arch my back and shove my pelvis forward. It's just a very natural thing for us to do. We don't want to do that in the golf swing, though. We want to control the depth of our pelvis, but we want to allow some extension to happen in there.
Well, yeah, so during the swing, you have to have the ability, to control the pelvis in this plane. The arching, which would be anterior tilt, and the tucking under, which is the posterior tilt. That's a big part of the motion that people don't really realize is even happening. And when they're so focused on avoiding early extension, the back stays in normally a little too much anterior, or the pelvis does, which puts the arch in your lower back and really gets that locked up look here. Instead of good players, you see the belt rising. And you see the belt rising because of the fact that pelvis is posterior tilting, the core is engaged and the belt rises this way. It's not that you're just jumping out of the ground.
Yeah, so that's where the confusion always comes in at. Yeah. It's that posterior movement without doing that.
Exactly. You controlling the placement of the joints. There's the center of your pelvis is moving in a way that's keeping it kind of linear here. If you saw gears, right, shooting down from above, but you still have to be able to control this posterior tilt through the hit without moving everything into the ball. That's the key of a good ball striker.
So this movement is the correct movement. This movement with thrust is the incorrect movement. Right. But everybody can see the thrust happen, especially in the downswing, even though it happens in the backswing. So they try to avoid the thrust part by just going the anterior.
Yeah, it's one of those things that does more harm than good. You'd probably be better off early extending a little, because you have the important piece then,
right, which
is the tilting underneath.
So that's what the chair drill that we've all tried never worked. Yeah. In fact, it usually made things much worse.
It's one of those things that, I mean, we've all taught things over the years that we don't really teach as much anymore, right, and that we don't ever do that thing by
So, okay, so the drill we're going to do is we've got two, because we're indoors, tripods, but if you're outdoors doing this, we've used alignment sticks or shafts. We just got some stretchy cord here. It's just what we had handy. We're basically creating a rope line for Shaun to have to play behind. And the goal here when he's doing this is to move the tilts correctly without doing the thrusting component of it.
Yeah, so I'm going to give myself maybe 3 fingers here. Then I'm going to feel like I'm bending over the fence, keeping that about the same without pushing my butt back. And I don't want to slide my knees under the table like we call it, because then it's impossible to do what you're trying to do. So those 2 things are real critical. You got to get this part right first. So bend over the fence, crack the knees, about 3 fingers or so here. Just give yourself a little bit of room, because when you turn, the knee bend changes will take up some of that slack, but the center of your pelvis is not going to be moving all over the place from back to front this way.
And this is about the height of, if you set up to it.
Yep.
If I set it up correctly, yeah, it's about the height of the butt end of your club.
Right. So I'm in here, then I'll just start back. Like, okay, I know where the takeaway is about supposed to be. I see the lead leg kind of coming in here a little. I'll be getting closer to this at the top, And to change the direction, I'll be back away from it again. And then the right leg will move a little closer as I'm starting to, the belt's starting to come up because I'm posterior tilting here with my pelvis. And then as I keep rotating through, this will get closer, maybe even brush it because that leg comes around. And then you can see here, you know, the release up over the string and then just into the follow through. You might hit it a little here just when you straighten up. When you straighten up your body, the hips will change position a little bit.
Yeah, everybody's flexibility will vary there, but the meat of this for the pelvis now is address to top, down through the hip. We're trying not to touch it. That string is lava, so we're trying not to touch it at all. Now, a couple of the ancillary benefits of this drill. So if you'll set up to it again. So a lot of times when we try to change something in our swing, it's hard to change one thing in a vacuum. So we like this drill because of the planing aspect of it. So you'll notice he can't suck that club inside or the hands inside and avoid the string.
So I'm there more, matching it.
Yep.
Then up, and when I unwind, it'll just barely be inside my hands with my lead arm under my shoulder here. And then, you know, as I pivot through, it'll go out and then up the plane again, just like that.
So we're really trying to avoid that string with everything.
Yeah.
Club, hands, pelvis, legs, everything.
But I'm allowing my belt to rise with this posterior motion that is, it's critical, and I don't think I've seen too much information on there about it, and it's one of the most critical pieces of the swing.
Massively important. Now, Shaun chipped that ball. It's a foam ball. We don't want you to hit balls doing this drill.
No.
This is an awareness drill. If you're not at a certain level in your swing, you're going to wrap this string around your club, maybe your hands. We don't want you to get hurt. This is not a risk or injury type move. This is an awareness movement. What I'll have players do when we do this out on the range is take enough reps inside of this, going slow enough at first. So let's demonstrate the speed to learn this at.
I would just chunk it up.
Yep. Pieces.
This piece here.
Now notice Shaun's not doing a bunch of pumps. This is what we see a lot of golfers do is come here, and pump. Like you're feeding your brain static. Make clean movements and then start stitching them together. And then when you got the hang of it, take 2 or 3 steps back and then hit your ball.
Right.
Away from this. And then just come back into this. This is like your training station.
Back here, hit. Might come back in again, make some reps. Just trying to get a sense for what it feels like in different spots of the swing, you know, with the body positioning to get this motion correct where you're not moving everything in, you're not trying to shove everything back.
It's a super simple drill that's going to have a lot of benefits with multiple things in your golf swing. But use it correctly, be safe using it, don't try to go full speed in it. Again, it's an awareness drill. And playing behind the rope is going to be much better for your early extension or early thrusting than it is just trying to push your butt back or hold your chair or push against the chair or whatever the variations there are. Give this one a try. Let us know in the comments how you like it.